So, new project. Bought this bike a little while ago. It's nothing too flash. It'll get me to do what I need to do to get my L's and get all that sort of stuff sorted. So, the main issue with this is the fairings are shot. It's obviously been dropped. Patches missing, broken, cracks all through it, heaps of scratches. So, new job is to fix all these areas. We've got tabs missing, pieces missing, cracks everywhere. Alright, so the idea here is just to take this sander, scratch the back of all these spots, just so we've got something for the fiberglass reinforced filler to grab to and hold to. Because if we leave that smooth, the filler will just break back off it. So we'll just rough these up and then we'll get to the next section. So after looking at some of these sections, I reckon I'll probably be better off putting a little bit of fiberglass in there. Just cut it to size so that it fits well, holds both sides of the crack. I think the fiberglass reinforced filler will be alright, but I think it's going to thicken it too much, so I'll reinforce the back, some sections with some fiberglass, because that fiberglass bog I don't think will hold that too well, so I'll actually use some fiberglass. Other sections like this wouldn't be too bad. That's just a little crack. I don't think it goes all the way through. It only partly goes through, so yeah, some fiberglass reinforced bog on the back of that, maybe even just a little bit of fiberglass on the back of that, and then smooth up the front and fix the front of it up. So fiberglass kit, some polyester resin, some catalyst, chop strand mat, should be more than enough, some brushes to apply the resin, and the fiberglass body filler for the other sections and for filling in. And once we cut the grooves out of the front and fair it all in and get it all smooth again, we should be right. But we'll go through that process. I'll show you how to do it. Fiberglass sections just cut. I got 2 layers on these bad ones. Yeah, just a single layer on these little ones. I mean, 2 layers on this one as well. There, I think that's it. I'll tackle these other bits and rebuild these tabs a little bit later on, but for now I think I'll just mix up some resin and sort out these patches first. fiberglass is set pretty well on this stuff. So now I just go run around and clean up all these little bits. Clean it up. And then we'll move on to the next section. One down, another one to go. Now, second one cleaned up, a little bit of tidying up. And all I use for that, flappy disc. Take it really easy, really gentle, really light. You don't have to dig too hard. Fiberglass will grind away pretty easy. Actually, a little bit of sand in here. See the lumps just from the resin that came through the cracks, which is good because that means some of those cracks have been bonded as well, rather than just the back of it. See some of the resin getting through there as well, so I'll clean these up, throw some bog in there, clean this one up, get some bog, just go around and tidy up all the cracks on this opposing face. And then once I've got all those sorted, it's time to tackle those bigger breaks and rebuild these sections so I can bolt it all back together. So the idea behind fixing this section here, and where are we? This section here. Now I'm going to V-groove where this crack is and then fill that with filler. The idea there is then we get some filler down inside where the crack is to help reinforce that, and then some filler just to help smooth the rest of it out. So that's what I'll be working on now. Just using the Dremel with a little round sanding bit, so that way I can just nice and gently just go through and V channel that crack section. Now the theory here, rebuilding these sections that are fairly well busted, missing, so the idea, I've got an old ice cream container, work out the rough shape you want, you cut it a little bit bigger, for example, but this is going to go on this side because I want the fiberglass. I want the fiberglass on the back. So if we go like that, get some tape the ice cream lid down to where it needs to be, and then you can prep it and fiberglass. Now the fiberglass won't stick to the plastic. That makes it really easy to get the plastic off, and you can get the rough shape that you want, especially working with flat-ish sections like this. That section there, so obviously we would want to come underneath like that, and then we can fiberglass that bit. Likewise over here on this bit, just lay the ice cream container down where you need it, tape it in place, and then you're good to go. So I'll do that process now. I'll come back when it's sorted. So I went ahead and filled in these holes. Now I figured if I get a layer of fiberglass reinforced filler on this back edge, I can then fiberglass over the top and leave a solid, like a solid support at the front for the bog and whatnot to bond to on the front. So I'm going to clean these up. I'm going to leave the leave the ice cream container on there for now, because I'll fiberglass with the container on. But just an example of how easy it comes off with the plastic. And that's what was left when that just peels off smooth. So I should get the same finish on the other side of these. So some fiberglass over the back just to make sure it's all strong. Righto, so it's been a couple of hours, had it underneath some heat lamps. So let's do this one. I'll just peel this backing off. Alright, so that's good. I like that. That's come out really nice. Bit of sanding just to bring these edges back down, and that should be good. That should well and truly have strengthened that up. I can grind these cracks out a little bit, fill that with body filler. I'll do those ones later, but just wanted to check this one out. This was the worst one, but that looks like it's filled pretty well, so happy with that. So we're going to leave this video here. Next video will be final filling, sanding and prepping for paint. Thanks for watching.